right now, hundreds of people took to the streets in China's major cities to protest against the country's zero COVID policy in a rare outpouring of public anger against the state. China's hardline virus strategy is stoking public frustration, with many growing very tired of snap lockdowns, lengthy quarantines, and mass testing campaigns. So we are seeing a lot of unrest in China as protesters and police have clashed over China's stringent COVID restrictions, flared for the third day now and spread to several cities. This is happening for the past couple of days, viewers. Big frustration mounting over Xi's signature zero COVID policy nearly 3 years into the pandemic. A wave of disobedience has broken out in mainland China. Protests were triggered after a deadly apartment fire in the far west of the country that took place on November 27, including Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, where people held up blank sheets of paper as an expression of protest. So we are seeing visuals as well on your screen, viewers, of the protests which are happening as well. And let's go across to the Mumbai newsroom where Ankit will help us understand. Ankit, COVID rise spreading to Shanghai and Beijing, and this is extremely concerning, but also the kind of anger that people have against Xi Jinping.
Most definitely. I mean, it's not only unexpected in many ways in China. In the recent past, it's also unprecedented because this is a protest that has been taking place across multiple cities, and most notably in the biggest cities. We've seen Shanghai is apparently where this all began, the great port city of Shanghai. It also then spread not very close by all the way to Beijing. And so to understand a little more about why this is happening, we have Captain Alok Bansal joining us. Now, Captain Bansal, on one hand, the COVID cases are touching an all-time high, 40,000 a day in China. On the other hand, you have so-called zero COVID policy with all its clampdowns. What really is going wrong in China? Captain Bansal, if you got that question, let me repeat it. On one hand, you have 40,000 COVID cases a day. On the other hand, you have what the government calls a zero COVID policy with its big crackdown, which shuts down a fifth of China's economy. So what I think the viewers want to know is what's going wrong in China?
See, the problem in China is that whenever there is an authoritarian leader, he comes out with his own fads. We had during Mao's time, eliminate 4 pests, people were killing sparrows, and now we have Xi Jinping's zero COVID policy fad. Now he has locked down industry, he has actually, people are unemployed, not getting adequate support for their sustenance, and at that point of time, despite all these harsh draconian measures, we are seeing that COVID is spreading within the country. So that's why there is an anger. So this anger is what we are seeing on the streets.
Well, all right. Thank you, Captain Alok Bansal, security analyst, for joining us, and thank you, Ankit, as well. Now, this is a very big international development, Ankit, that we're seeing, where, like Ankit was telling us as well, and also what Captain Alok Bansal is also telling us is that the anger against Xi Jinping and people saying that Xi stepped down is also, in a way, very unprecedented in a country like China. Thank you so much, Captain Alok Bansal. Thank you, Ankit, for joining us here on Republic TV on this top story we are tracking. Of course,